Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury from the ArchieLuxury channel, the Paul Pluta channel, and ArchieLuxury corporate. Guys, keep watching. Keep watching. I need the viewers. I need the viewers. I need the subs. I need it. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Tell your friends, whether you like them or hate them. Just tell them anyhow. ArchieLuxury on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel. So today, guys, I want to talk about some wristwatch buying philosophy. And I gotta tell you, I got spies all around reporting from retailers all over the shop, all over the joint. And I gotta tell you guys, there are some really stupid decisions. Good friend of mine I'm not going to even name the state, but he's been on the prowl getting me information, and he tells me a story. He went into a dealer, and one of the comments, this guy's got a massive collection, massive monetarily, or in my opinion, and also the number of watches, large Lange collection, large. He's got a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff there. A lot of Rolex, a lot of vintage Rolex, anyhow. He was at this dealer, and the dealer, the dealer says to him, this is a comment. The dealer says, if you're buying it for yourself to keep, it doesn't matter if you pay retail. It doesn't matter if you pay retail if it's a watch you're not going to resell. And he said to this lady, he said, that's really dumb. He said, you see those 3 boxes full of watches? I said, if I was paying retail, I'd have 1 of those instead of 3. And that's exactly it. That's exactly it. You've got to always buy for the lowest possible price. It doesn't matter if you are going to keep this forever or you're going to flip it. That's irrelevant. You want to get it for the cheapest possible price. You've got to buy it cheap. You have to buy it cheap. No bones about that whatsoever. You've got to buy your product cheap. And he was in there and he saw this guy come in there, and he was buying an IWC. He ended up buying the Top Gun, one of the top of the range Top Guns, and an IWC, which is it's actually quite a nice model, but not at retail. He goes in there, asks for a discount. They give him $500 off. Not enough. Not enough. Not enough. He hadn't done any homework. He hadn't seen what they sell for in the pre-owned market. He walked in there. He wanted a bit of a pick-me-up, a horological pick-me-up. And he paid retail. Got $500 discount. And, very bad investment. The other thing you've got to realize is, with all of these things here, it doesn't matter whether you're going to keep it forever or you're going to sell it, flip it next week. You've got to make sure you're buying at the best possible price. The lady there was talking to my friend and said, how about a PAM? He's looking at a PAM, and she offered him 20% off. He said, sorry, that's not enough. I need more. Dealers generally will give 30% off. He told her this, and she said, what does it matter if you're keeping it, if you're not selling it? And he said, it makes a big difference. You want cheapest possible prices. This is the thing. So many people, they treat this like it's kind of weird. They're going for a pick-me-up. So these are hardened business people. They walk into the store and they say, what discount can you give? And I'll buy it. Instead of doing their homework. That's what you've got to do. You've got to really do your homework. You could get, even if you bought it new, you could get massive savings. Massive, massive savings on this. It's, you've got to realize these dealers are not your friends. The ADs are not your friends. If you want to have a friendship, my advice is simple. Go to a pre-owned, a good trusty pre-owned dealer. Get them to look out for you. That's what you've got to do, man. You've got to, there's no point having friends in the retail AD. What are they going to do? Get you a Nautilus at retail? They're going to get you a Daytona, are they? I don't think so. So you've really got to wise up about this. It's funny, in the watch game, people will do the most stupid things. Most stupid things. One guy, this is coming, I'll just tell you this story. He was flipping a Breguet, okay? It was a Breguet Classic. You know, that's the kind of open, exposed, it's part of their traditional line. And he's a typical smartass. He had it listed on the forums, and he says, I'm actually quite wealthy. He was talking to a guy I know. He says, are you actually quite wealthy? I don't need to sell this. Sure enough, flips it to a dealer. I can see it in a dealer's stock, and you know what? This is how it is. Some of these people, it's all ego and greed. When you talk to watch collectors, it brings out the worst in people. Ego and greed. That's what it is. Ego and greed. And you've got to treat it like any other facet of your life. If you have, interestingly enough, the guy who bought the IWC Top Gun, he was buying it as a commemorative gift for a milestone, and he was also looking at blank panes. And my friend said, oh no, he was looking at the blank pane perpetual calendar. By the way, Vintage Watch Co's got a blank pane perpetual calendar, pennies in the dollar. And I said, no, don't worry, he's just browsing. He's not going to buy it, because the sort of person who has 50,000 Aussie dollars to spend didn't get 50,000 Aussie dollars by paying retail, okay? He got 50,000 spare by being a bit of an asshole, okay? This is the whole thing. You've got to be tough. You've got to be strong. You've got to be mean. Don't want to be an asshole, but just be, you got to have done your homework, know what these go for, go in with your facts, your ducks in a row. And this is the whole thing. So many people, they don't use these resources. Chrono 24, the dealers, they don't look around for it. They decide when they want to buy it. They want to buy it now. World doesn't work that way. Okay, I'm afraid to tell you, the world doesn't work that way. It's not quite like that. So, I got to tell you seriously, I think you've got to get the biggest deal you can. You've got to do your research and your homework. You don't need to be an arsehole and arrogant and that's not cool. But you've got to have done your homework. You've got to, if you're looking at an IWC Top Gun, you've got to know what are they going for on the pre-owned market. You've got to know, before you go into the retail store, wouldn't you talk to a couple of IWC dealers? What are you going to do for me? What sort of discounts? You've got to gauge. You've got to do your homework. You don't just walk in there and say, ah! You've got to have that watch. You're going to get slaughtered. And these retail stores, they need big margins. They got big overheads. Well, that ain't my problem, sunshine. I'm here to get the best possible deal. What would I know? I got 6 Pateks. I'm a working class man. Working class. I'm wearing Patek, okay? You got to listen to your pontiff, okay? You listen to your pontiff. I got 6 Pateks. Not from going in and saying, what discount can you give? I don't get nothing. I don't get invited to nothing. I don't get nothing. Absolutely Nothing. I get absolutely nothing because I speak the truth. They don't like to hear this. To be honest with you, you want to buy at a retail. You know, a good friend of mine, you know, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink it. He recently bought two-tone shooter, the two-tone shooter Black Bay. I wouldn't have bought it. I said, hey man, I wouldn't have bought it from a dealer. I would have bought that pre-owned. I would not be buying that. I said, you know, it's not even real gold links. It's a metal part with rolled gold over it. It's not even proper solid gold link. I said, I would never have bought that. He said, it's his money. He can do what he likes, which is fair enough. But I ain't going to support it. I ain't going to support it. I ain't going to give that positivity just because, you know, I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. I tell you what I think, and that is it. And you gotta do your homework. Do your homework, do your research, and be polite, but get a good deal. I'm Paul Pluter. Tell me what you guys think of that. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW.
Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Patek's came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.